as I've said, even with the players that are up for different awards, to pin that on one guy or to think that one guy is really responsible for that is just not true. It's all the assistant coaches, it's all the players. Those are all team awards, and I think at least we all try to look at it like that. When you have success, different people are brought up for different awards. So it's nice that for our players, coaches, whoever might get recognized, it's certainly nice. But again, by no means, in no way is that an award that directly reflects one guy, in my opinion.
We didn't have many drop balls today. I cranked the machine up pretty high just because Cam has such a strong arm. And when we first get out there to test it, the first guy really don't want to ease out there because they don't know whether it's a split finger or a fastball. But so I try to see who's going to be tough enough. And usually the guys that go up there first, Cody Burns and Darvin Adams, they jump up there right off the bat and tease out. So and it kind of culminates into the field, but not. I couldn't say one guy's different. I tell you, he's got really great hands. Is my man Lutzenkirch. He can catch the ball, whether it's wet, dry, where you drop it out of a plane. He's gonna catch it. So I try to tease myself. It's a shame the tight ends got the best hands on the team. They can't stand that now. That bothers them. The one thing that we talk about is the football field's not going to get any bigger, any wider. It's going to be the same. We got to go out there and execute regardless, and that's going to be key. I think a lot of people, outside of the football team, make it bigger than really, what we like for it to be. We want our guys to focus on alignment, assignment, and effort, no matter who you're playing. And to sit here as a coach and say, no, it's not going to, be more, enthusiasm or be more hyped about it, obviously that wouldn't be true because of the, what's at stake. And you hear everybody say it all the time, throw the records out, no matter what they are. When you go out there and play these two teams together, it's going to be a physical, tough football game. But I'm looking forward to it. I think the tradition that's been here before, something that Coach Chizik has tried to build with this football team, is something that, again, is going to be brought up and talked about too, just how the past games have gone and how legends have been made and broke in this one game.
I've never been around one that's done that. Number one, it's incredibly difficult just to start as a true freshman. Number two, to have been able to do that consistently for all those games without missing any, that's pretty unbelievable for a guy to play in the trenches as many games as he has and not missed any. I think that's a very significant accomplishment. But what I really appreciate is what he said about it at the beginning of the year. He said it's not the number of starts, it's the quality of the starts. That said something to me about how he was looking at it. Yeah, his football mind doesn't have an off switch, that's for sure. I may get a text from him on a Saturday afternoon at 2:30 and say, hey, have you thought about this? Or we need to make sure that we do this. His mind's always on, and I think that's one of the things that makes him great is that he's just so driven towards success and so focused in his approach.
I tell you what, he's probably the strongest out of all the ones we've seen. And, we've seen the AJs, or, 3 kids at Arkansas, a kid at Kentucky, the Jeffers kid. But he's to me, he's a little bit more powerful than all the kids that we've seen. He's 6'4", 6'5", and he's fast, he's strong. You can see him out there strong-arming defensive back. So he's a difference maker. And they're doing a lot more than this year than they have in the past. He looks like he's more of a go-to guy than we've seen. Like last year, I thought this time he only had maybe 500 or 600 yards. This year, he's approaching on that 1,000-yard mark. And then they're throwing the ball in some points where you're thinking he's not going to get it, and the quarterback is seeing it in there, and he's making some big-time plays. So yeah, he's as good as we've seen.